Hello everybody, I am Tom and you are watching me play Divinity Original Sin 2. In today's episode, I think I'm going to go over to the lizard consulate. Speaking of which, there's a lizard right here. Where I am at the moment, by the way, is just on this bridge walking across. There's a lizard here, hello.
Look at the size of that thing.
What thing? Oh wow. Yeah, that's a big void working. Crashed into that's what broke the bridge, I guess. Interesting. Greg Cunningham, hello.
The man in front of you is clad in a ragtag assortment of garb. He looks up from repairing a battered instrument to smile and nod at you, one traveller to another.
Ho there, fellow traveller. Luronta. Looking for some cheer to lighten the mood of this grim city?
So he's a bard then. Ask how he's in such a good mood in such troubled times.
Well, Ruff, at some point, long ago, I decided poetry had but two purposes: to quicken the people's river of tears, or to stave them. Look around you. You'll find fear and longing and desperation. What good is a bard's solemnity in a city besieged by void and divided by war?
It's a very odd accent. It sounds predominantly South African. I'm just talking like real life with the voice actor. It sounds predominantly South African, but every now and then a couple of those words sound almost have a French tinge to them. It's a really interesting accent.
My privilege and my duty is to remind the people of Arx that there's blue sky and shimmering sun beyond the clouds.
Shimmering. Interesting. Ask about his travels. Has he ever traveled through the ancient empire?
Yes, Callisti, I did indeed. Such a beautiful place. Such beautiful culture. I look forward to going back someday. Someday, when the roads are safe again.
Wonder if he'll be willing to recite your piece.
Of course, and glad to. My words shall lift your spirits, make no mistake. But I need to pay my way, so I'd ask for a little gold, if you have it to spare. What do you say, Rob?
Take
The
100.
poet tips his floppy hat to you as he counts the coin you handed over.
Now, what poem would you care to hear? An old classic or an original verse?
Original.
Take a seat, Rav. Make yourself at home. Give me a moment to clear my throat. And listen. I've walked this earth, each vale and...
I like your loot. Can I sell you a real one?
Forest's fair, the city's bleak. And in each place I've come to find...
My friend here has taste. Care to trade, friend?
From my home in Alaroth, I packed my life up in a glove. I set my course far on the
Antiques
map,
and antiquities. Buying
and here I am.
Real antiques at realistic prices. Who cares to trade?
Interesting poem.
Patience, my friend.
Hello,
The
Velia.
trader sways in time to the bard's tune, but stops as you approach. She looks at the mansion nervously, then back to you.
Looking for, something special?
I'll look through your
Well
spies.
done, then.
I've walked this earth, each vale and...
I wonder where she got all this shit from. Okay, so let's have a look at these rings, because they could be very good. Fire resistance Hydro Necro is pretty good.
place I've come to find.
Necro summoning set poisoned. Interesting.
Surest friend is my own.
Telekinesis, Sneaking Perseverance, Constitution, Huntsman, Aero, Geo.
I packed my life up.
Pretty good, except you lower the intelligence, which is a shame.
I set my course.
I'm not that interested.
She responds with a nervous wave, and her eyes flit to the mansion behind her.
Ancient antiquities
Interesting.
of the empire.
Hey,
The
Adam.
man taps his foot in time to the bard's tune, though he stills it as you draw near and clears his throat.
If you're looking for Kat, she's evaluating all of Kem's antiquities. It'll be a while. If you're in a shopping mood, well, I can help with that.
Cat? Who's the man talking about?
She's an appraiser, and our boss to boot. You'll meet her if you head inside. If you've got anything she's interested in, could be she'll make you a good deal.
He looks around covertly before turning back to you with a wink.
Could be a really good deal.
Interesting. Wonder why there's so many traders milling around here.
Well, this is the estate of the Venerable Chems. We've all come to trade with Linda and his missus, but with recent events, let's just say they're busy. But Kat's inside. She'll come up with something.
It's interesting.
Good stuff, yeah?
Yeah, you notice they've all got paintings and silverware. It seems that and jewelry. It seems that they're tax collectors. Would be the best way of putting it, I think. Constitution, lucky charm, HP and critical chance. Not necessarily horrible. Fire resistance, water resistance, earth resistance, air resistance, poison resistance, and a bunch of vitality. It's worth 100,000, Jesus. I literally can't even afford that. It's absolutely insane. Nevertheless.
Here. I bet you know your crickets from your portraits. What a trade.
I'm just heading this way just to check.
Looks like it's flowing from the garden.
Hello.
The kin hums a melody, one you recognize from long ago and far away. It reminds you very much of home.
Probably from the Consulate, presumably. Nevertheless, let's actually go to the Lizard Consulate. I don't necessarily want to go into Cam's place just yet. I will sooner or later. I've taken like 5 or 6 minutes just talking to traders thus far. I'll probably take one more just talking to this guy as well. Hello, Renald.
I got real lucky when the Voidwoken attacked. I know some people that lost everything.
Ask if the Voidwoken the reason there are so many people crowding around.
Some, maybe. But most of us are here to trade with Chem. He's tough to nail down. Luckily, our appraiser Kat's already made her way into the estate. The Chems lost nothing in the attack, so Kat will try to convince them to share a little.
So that he puts a lot of trust in Kat. Who is she?
She's our leader, and a damn fine appraiser too. Meet her inside and she might even trade with you.
It's interesting. We've heard that from a few people.
Hope you like what you see.
Once again, lots of gold and lots of shit. I don't really want any of it, but it's interesting that he has so much stuff.
I hear water. At least, I hope it's water.
The man and the elf keep their voices to a discreet level, but it's impossible to miss the tension between them. They're arguing.
What more to convince you? More Voidwoken? A plague? An earthquake? Arx is doomed. Our future is elsewhere.
Pharaoh, come on. Where's this elsewhere that's better than Arx? This is the greatest city in the world. I'll leave it over my dead body.
Exactly. Your dead body. My dead body. This place is dead. We can be together anywhere.
They fall into a sullen silence, neither of them willing to give in.
Say they should leave while they still can.
Keep out of this.
This is not a good time.
I literally killed some demons not 5 feet from you, by the way. Should probably leave. Hello.
Stranger, I implore you, turn back. There is naught within but black ash and void. Your consulate lies in ruin. Accursed flames lap at every corner. The paladins are great and faithful warriors, but some tragedies even they can't undo.
I have a knack for killing Voidwoken. Perhaps I can help.
I'm sure your skill would prove invaluable, whatever your house, were there Voidwoken left to slay. I'm afraid the terrors waiting within aren't so tangible, however.
The priestess's eyes glaze over, and she shivers in fear.
You'd have to be mad to continue. And if you managed to escape, you'd be madder still. I can't say more.
Intriguing. I'm going to ignore your warning and keep going.
Funny how it's our consulate that's burning, isn't it? Mark me. The ancient empire does not forget.
Yeah, it's interesting. People assume racism.
whatever you can to help.
Okay. You had a name. I expected you to say something more interesting. Hello. Can you tell me anything?
My prince, the void
He recognizes me.
down the consulate barricades like they were paper. I pray you keep the Empire safe from their claws.
One of the first lizards to actually recognize me like that. Same.
Forgive the state of my garb. I barely escaped the consulate with my life, no thanks to Lucian's supposedly elite paladins.
Hello, paladins.
This is no ordinary fire. Water has no effect. Better to just contain it until it dies down.
Curse fire. I'm not particularly worried about curse fire. I can put it out. Let's see. So to put this out is gonna take source, which is kind of annoying, but I can do it. Do blood rain. The plus side, I can get my source back very easily. Alright, so let's head upstairs first, shall we? Cursed Revenant. Great. Luckily, you're weak. You're level 19, but you're weak. So I should be able to kill you relatively easily. Are you just constantly on necro? Yeah, permanent necrofire. Interesting. Actually makes you weaker to fire, interestingly. But you're still very, very weak to water, so let's do that, shall we? You're immune to frozen, though. That's something that's worth noting. And you heal from curse fire. Okay. I'm not particularly worried about these guys, if I'm being perfectly honest. Because I'm powerful enough that I can kind of control the battlefield so well that, like, they're not much of an issue. I could equalize them, I suppose, but I think instead we just smack them down with damage, because that should kill one of them. God damn it. Forgot this was a thing. They keep bringing themselves back to life because they're revenants.
They've resurrected.
Glory is mine.
Okay. That should stop them from resurrecting, at least temporarily. I mean, they are already stunned, so I may as well just use water damage. Considering they're very weak to it. I'm actually gonna end my turn. I have Spirit Vision on, I should be able to see them, theoretically. Did not mean to do that, but okay. I mean, there's not a whole lot you can do. What a ridiculous fact they put that line in for Solora. Seems to have started a trend, Quirkus. This isn't a particularly difficult fight because they're so weak. Like, they haven't even got close to getting through my armor yet, which is saying something. And I can do hella amounts of damage to them. Particularly when I crit. Also, I love his laugh when he crits. It's fantastic. I mean, I could probably kill them. One AP to here. They're now invulnerable. I guess I'll use my 1 AP to do... I guess I could get rid of that Necrofire? I mean, they have to make it a long way down to get to Necrofire down here. I could spend my turn getting rid of the Necrofire. That's something I could do. You know what? Why not? Sure, and then we'll do that. Okay. So if they can't make it to Necrofire in one turn, they die. Good to know. Loser is frozen. There's obviously cursed ice there somewhere. There's a fire lamp over here. Visitor's book. Dead lizard. Hello.
A single rage-wrought thought rolls from the dead lizard's spirit. Those Magister bastards.
Follow his anger back to the root.
You are a spy at the Consulate when a source at the Paladins delivers a bombshell. News of a Magister Black Ring conspiracy. When the Voidwoken come, you believe it is part of a dark Magister plot.
Makes sense. Search for news of the Red Princess and her fate in the heat of the battle.
You see a party of nobles racing from the Voidwoken onslaught. Among them, a comely lizard, scales of red. They don't run away from the Consulate, but further inward.
Fair enough.
Didn't escape. Then she must still be inside.
Okay. Don't need these or that. Visitor's book. Ambassador Celine, calling to discuss mining rights in the Northern Territories. Mr. and Mrs. Saul requesting immediate transport back to the Empire. Unknown messenger delivered threat to staff. Sadha, reason unrecorded. The Red Princess and escorts, reasons unrecorded. Mr. Rhett, requesting immediate transport back to Empire with family. And Mr. Baum, here to appeal his denied visa. Rock Rune. Fly Agarita or whatever it's called. That's the right bag, right? Yep. And then my key bag. We also got a round necklace, which I don't really care about. You notice my inventory is actually quite clean at the moment. The reason being that I actually sold some stuff in between episodes. Which is something I always say I'm going to do and never end up doing it, so, you know, glad it's actually done. But with that, you know what I can do actually? Get some of my sauce back. Apparently that key was all I needed. While I'm here, I may as well get rid of some of this fire. Because I believe there's another revenant fight in here, and if I can get rid of as much fire as possible... well then, it'll just save me time later, won't it? It's annoying having everything on 2 bars. Actually, I should download a mod, actually. I'm pretty sure there's a mod that allows you to have 2 bars up at once. It takes up a bit more real estate on the screen, obviously, but arguably worth it. Triple Revenant. Alright, we're back. So, I decided about halfway through that I was going to actually go through and speed that up, because it was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. We got a note here. It was very, very easy, but very, very tedious, so I've decided to speed that up, which you will no doubt have seen. So that's going to be 4 times as fast. Mr. Baum, regretfully the Ark's Consulate cannot offer you a trading visa for passage to the Ancient Empire at this time. We are unable to ensure safe passage to and from the Empire in the current climate. Should you wish to set up your stall just outside the gates of the Empire, you are most welcome to. Should you have any further questions, please hesitate before asking. We are rather busy. You don't often have people say, please hesitate. That's kind of fantastic. I kind of love just how arrogant, like, all the lizards are. Okay, there's no ghosts here, so I can eat these people guilt-free. But we do need to eat them all because I need sauce. Yeah, so those revenants are far more annoying than they are hard. If you get to this Whispers of Sada, I should probably read that. If you get to this place slightly like earlier level than I am, they are a bit of a problem. But as it stands, I'm level 18, so they don't pose much of a threat, if at all, to be perfectly honest. Let me just jump down here. If there's a ladder, Losa will follow me. I don't think there's a ladder, because Losa hasn't followed me. She can't get down there. Alright, so eat the Revenant. And you eat the Voidwoken. And then we can loot everything. Voidwoken, Curse Revenant, Curse Revenant, Curse Revenant. And then Losa, get your last source point back, please. Either of these Curse Revenant will do. Alright, so downside of this. My time is fucked because I have no idea. Oh, there's a ghost up here. I have literally no idea how long that actually took me because I sped it up. So we'll see, I guess.
The spirit turns her gaze upon you. Her eyes blaze with cool disdain. Alert and focused, this spirit is not lost at all.
Search memories for the story of her death.
She tilts her head, resisting your intrusion. No sooner do you catch hold of a memory than she snatches it back again. Voidwoken attacking. A rush to protect the dreamers. A death as the dreamers escape.
Search for the dreamer's location.
The spirit resists. She bombards you with memories of everything but the dreamers and to where they escaped. Visions of life at the consulate assail you. The taste of the food at official receptions. The laughter of children playing out in the gardens. The warm sun on your skin as you walk by the water. The burgeoning sadness as you realize that life is dead.
This is cool. I'm really tempted because I don't think this one's going to work, but I'm going to do it anyway because it's cool. Show a vision of yourself, akin as divine. Demand she helps you.
The bombardment stops. The image of you as divine hangs between you, and then the spirit smiles. The vision appears. The dream is escaping out through the garden and into a pool. A figure accompanies them. An elegant female kin with the reddest of skin.
Interesting. It seems dreamers are much more adept at blocking out my intrusion than other people. Alright, cool. Dead lizard over here as well. Let's head in here. I think there's another revenant fight in here. I will speed it up from the start if there is. I can't actually remember specifically, but... Hello, spirit of charred lizard. Can I get over there? Not really. Hello.
The spirit howls in excruciating agony, trapped in the moment of her death. The Voidwoken are attacking. The dreamers are escaping, and she is burning alive.
Jesus. Reach out and touch her, assure her that her ordeal is over.
Your touch draws her out of the endless pain. The Voidwoken are gone. The dreamers have escaped through the pond. And although she still trembles, a new look has appeared in her eyes. Hope. She embraces you in gratitude, sobbing in relief. As the tears flow, her spirit dissolves in your arms, and she leaves for the Hall of Echoes.
I'm happy about that. I'm gonna take your ring there. Come over here. There's another dead lizard. With some shit. Key to the Consulate garden, that's useful.
Zol Stissa. She taught us of the survival of the fittest. And so it came to pass.
Yeah, I killed that bitch. Alright, so let's use my thing and get back to Losa. That's annoying. Whatever. Losa has the green one. I need to remember that. I should give her the yellow one as well, because I usually give them both. Come here, Losa. It's fine. What do you mean you can't reach it? Fine, go through this one. There we go. Out into the garden.
The garden, at least, is unscathed.
So they're in the pool, we know that much. There's some assassins. Some dead assassins. I wonder if there's going to be some alive assassins in a minute. I vaguely remember something on the outside.
I found something.
Right here. There's a boat down here. I don't know if this is in any way worth it. Pick that lock, please. Spear, puffball, a lot of money. I don't know how much of this I actually need, to be perfectly honest, but, you know. It sells for a bit, so that's something, I guess. We're not going to use the spear whatsoever. but whatever. Ah, Whispers of Saheda. I didn't read this. The volume describes the stories whispered about the lizard princess whose very existence it's said to be kept secret by the House of Law. A drunk servant once spoke about her as Sada and her skin as beautiful bright red. With her head on a spike, the servant quickly sobered up. With his head on a spike, I should say. Interesting. So there's stories about her, and she's kept secret. Interesting. Nevertheless, let's head back up. As I said, I remembered this. I remember being able to go off. I just didn't know the purpose of it. It seems to just be that chest, which honestly isn't that useful. So we know they went down into the pool.
What? I found something.
I don't know what he found. Gold, Alchemist's breeches, and a pretty amazing sword, if I'm being perfectly honest. Granted, I'm going to sell that sword because it's a sword and I don't need swords. Sorry about that. I do hate the little assistant thing that pops up on Windows 10. It's because I have the internet open in another tab. Like, it's just open on my other monitor and I'm not really paying attention to it. I could close it and it would fix that problem, but it's just annoying. Because it says, oh, you're in a game, therefore I'll not give you notifications, but it still gives you fucking notifications anyway. So it said he found a secret over here. I don't know what said... probably that. Mystical room frame, that's actually really useful. Not what I wanted, but it's useful. So clearly it has something to do with the water pumps that are hanging about everywhere, I would imagine. I can't actually remember, if I'm being perfectly honest. But there's a hand water pump over here, so let's go have a look. It's just a water pump. I remember there being a thing to getting in here.
The spirit doesn't speak, but instead stretches his arm backward, an unseen weapon clasped in his ghostly fist, and moves to strike.
Remain still, the spirit cannot hurt you.
The lizard is not of flesh, yet you are sure you feel the edge of a blade as it sinks into your chest. In an instant, you are no longer you, but him, crouched low and concealed in shadow. Panic shouts ring through the air, but you must not allow yourself to be distracted. Your eyes remain on your quarry, a female lizard, scales burning red, clad in opulent garb. You remain 20 silent steps behind her as she flees into the Consulate garden, where a shimmering portal of opal and pearl illuminates the pool beneath. Finally, the opportunity has come. She is as good as dead. You flit into a cluster of tall shrubs and ready your dagger. But she has already stepped through the portal, leaving you alone in this unlikely oasis. You step out of cover and reach to the portal. What awaits beyond it? Alas, you will never know. Nor will you know whose sword it was that plunged into your back in that moment. It isn't the blade's pain that hurts most, but the pain of the failed assassination that most disturbs you as you slip into darkness. And the pain is gone. You are you again. The spirit drops his arm to his side, dejected.
Let's go through this portal, shall we?
You see billows of golden sand stretching beyond the walls and worlds that roll across the portal's surface. It isn't clear if the portal allows return travel, but you're inclined to doubt it. You've heard of such portals. They are rare creations of the House of Dreams, leading to planes where dreams manifest as reality. You've never seen one yourself, however, until now. Looking closer, you notice a spot of red through the swirling sand, and you hear a voice. She sings. She beckons.
Let's go. I'm blinded, apparently. Alright, everyone, so we're back. That fight went pretty badly. There was a couple of unlucky things that happened to me, and then, because of that, Lois is dead here. I'm dead here. For those interested, I may upload that fight as a separate video. Nah, it's really not worth it. It's actually relatively boring. It's just me surviving for a really, really long time, and then dying. So I went through this portal, you go through this portal, you go to an arena and you do a fight. I'm actually going to do that next episode, just because I've realised how long it takes, and the answer is absurdly long. So, I'm going to do that next episode, but that's going to be it for this episode, so if you like the video, please leave a like. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing, and as always, thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time. Also, if you guys do want to see that fight, let me know. I keep all my footage so I can upload it later if you guys are interested to see me failing at that fight. Which I did spectacularly. In any case, thank you for watching guys, and I'll see you next time.